Granted, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw again is Jackson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome. It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked. Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen? Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
54, Mike. 54. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Deuce. Yeah. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You got nothing today.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense. I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was. Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Stop your whining. Mike 5-4. Hey, pick your game up.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Fielded just inside the 30. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold, open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 57. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Again, Darnold. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
From the gun, Jackson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Check 31. Back. 54. Go. Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Watch the run. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain there of 30 big ones.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
54 Mike. Oh, you got deep? Mike's by 4.
And Jackson throwing once more. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Okay, ready? 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Woo-hoo! Shoot, shoot.
Jackson will throw again. This is caught. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Jackson now off the bootleg, rolling to his right, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 27, Darnold flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. 52. Hey, let's get in that hole. Red 80. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic. You can't block it.
On 1st and 10, Darnold eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Push him back.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Focus on it. Mike's focus. Ladies. Mike the pass. 44 is the mic. Hey, echo. Here we go. 44, Mike, 44. You don't want none. Give it. Pick up the ball.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half.
Fresno. Shift. Motion.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs.
Go! I'm coming! New Mike 52, right beside.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Flushed out right. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
61, matchbox lights.
To throw is Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out, and the Jets will extend their lead. Point after here coming up.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the screen. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Right there. 54.
Jackson. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it, and he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Sean. 54. Stay with you,
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. It's Parker. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check. Mike 5-4.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Hey, you might be getting tired of seeing me. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Here we go, D.
To throw again is Jackson. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?